guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I've made these little moon charms for like necklaces and stuff. I did some wire wrapping on them. I'll just kind of show you how I did it. Sorry my lighting's not all that great. But I was going to show you kind of what you need to make. It's resin, so I'll show you what you need for resin and all that, what you could use. First of all, this is the type of resin I'm using. It is a UV resin, meaning you do need a UV light for it. I got like a flashlight, it's a UV, which is slightly broken now because I've used it so much. But I also have one of these, and it's like one thing's for like the gel nails. You can use that. So any kind of UV light for the UV resin. What you'll need your little mixing cups. With UV resin, it's just the one mix. You got regular resin that does the two mix, but UV resin, you don't need that. This is for your glitters or your colors, whatever you want to kind of use. Here's the wires. You can find them in all kinds of different colors, so you make whatever you want to make, you know, whatever colors you want to do. This is the colors I'm going to be using today, though. I'm going to do purples and a gold, and I'm going to use some mica powder to kind of give it a shimmering on one side, because I'm going to be doing two color sides like I did these other ones. Those, and get you popsicle sticks for your mixing. This little plastic doohickey thing, and it's the spoon for the mica powder. And here is the mold I'm using. I got this from Wish. You can find all kinds of different molds on there, and I actually got it a little bit earlier than I expected it to, because usually with Wish it does take a little while, but it's kind of small, but I like it. So let's get started. Oh, always, if you're going to mess with resin, I go against this rule a lot, and I shouldn't, but do use gloves, because the reason with the UV resin it's very tacky after you harden it. And there's ways to remove the tackiness off of it. I'm going to use some gloss glaze by Sculpey to kind of get rid of that tackiness, that sticky, because it's really hard to wrap if it's going to be sticky. You don't really want to mess with it and stuff, and it's really hard to get the resin cleaned off your hands. I've done it several times. And then for the wire wrapping, you can use various tools. Needle nose pliers is what I really recommend, so that's what I'll be kind of using today. So yeah, let's get started. Put on your gloves. Let's do this. So I'm gonna start by I'll do the gold first. So, open your resin thingy, and you put the resin thingy in this thingy. This is a new resin bottle too, newish. That's probably pretty good. Let's say, if you don't feel like it's enough, don't be afraid to use a little bit more. You got other molds, then use your extra in the other molds. That's what I do. That way you're not like wasting. So that might be pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna set this one aside. I'm gonna do a little bit of mica powder in this. You don't have to use a whole lot. They say that's where like a lot of the tackiness comes from if you use too much coloring. I'm not really sure. I've not figured it out much myself. But with that amount, you don't really need too much, because I'll show you here in a sec how well it blends and stuff. That's what the popsicle sticks are for. So just stir it up. But I'm going to take it a little bit further. And don't be afraid to use too much glitter. I've not really had any issues where I don't use all of it, but like just a little tappy tap. There we go. Yeah. And it being, well, with my little tiny bit of experience with resin, mixing the glitter with this white mica. It always kind of colors it. Add more if you need to add more. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Kind of get that gold shining through there. Okay, just mix it. You kind of get what you really want. That's good enough, I think. I hope this turns out pretty. I'll put that to the side. And then I think I'll do a little tiny dab of mica powder here. And this one just a little bit, just to kind of give it a base. Drippity drip drippity in the cup here. So shimmery, shimmery. Whoop. Yeah, so these are the two colors we're gonna have. Pretty, that's pretty. You think it'll be nice. So next, now you just do pour carefully with it. Even if you get them on the edges here and it hardens to it, that's okay. You can kind of cut them off or break them off or whatever you do. But I always try to be as careful as I can so I don't have to do that, because I hate extra steps. But we're gonna go ahead and start pouring here. So see how I got some on the edge? That's fine. It'll come off. I let it set for a moment. Even with UV resin, I've had issues with bubbles. So let the bubbles rise, and when they get rose up, you can use like a lighter or something. That helps pop the bubbles that have risen up. So I'm gonna let it set for a moment and let them kind of rise up, and then I'll pop them, and then we'll be ready for the UV light. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I think it's okay. And I've also noticed too, and I don't know if I do it too early, but sometimes when I do the UV part, bubbles will rise still. Once UV's on it for a little bit, it'll harden anyway. So this is going to mostly be the back side, but we'll see. So then I'm going to hook this up, and I'm just going to let it sit there for a moment. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, so it actually feels a lot less tacky. The back still is pretty tacky, but the front's pretty good from what I can feel of it. Make sure you resin them real good, because I've had moments too where I think that it's done because it's hard on the outside, but it's still smushy on the inside, and I had that happen to one of my other moons, and it destroyed it when I went to go wrap it with wiring, because it was not done. It didn't penetrate all the way through. It was still very liquidy in the center, so it just kind of broke it in half, and then it just went everywhere. You don't want that, so do make sure for sure that it is hardened all the way through, or you're gonna have that issue. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not felt it without my gloves, but on the safe side, I'm gonna go ahead and glaze it. Okay, now we're just gonna let that sit for a moment and let it kind of dry. And I'm gonna go wash my brush off and let it dry. And I'll have my gloves off. We're gonna come back and then we'll start the wiring process. So the tackiness is definitely gone. It was a lot better. Okay, the next step that I like to do, you don't have to, you can just go right into the wiring. But I like to take me a sheet of paper and trace around this. You can do several if you want. I probably will. So we're going to try to aim for that. You can do like whatever you want. It's your moon or your whatever you made, whatever you're going to make. If you're going to do wire wrapping around it, it's your thing. It's your baby. You do whatever you want. So I got my tools. Always keep them kind of nearby when I need them. So the next thing that I do is I take my larger wire and just like these ones, the smaller ones, that's to tie stuff together. This was the first one I made, so the wiring's not as clean as this one. So I want to try to aim to be a little bit more cleaner than this one. So wish me luck on that. But I think I'm gonna do the purple up. And so let me bring these wires out and see. So yeah, I think I'll do the purple upwards. So I bring this out like this to leave me enough so you can hang it. And I just start getting it fixed around here. That it will slide off a few times, and that will help what will help keep it from doing that is when you go to do this backside. It's not very pretty, but it keeps it together. Next, I do take my paper and I'm gonna cut off a piece of this wiring, and I'm gonna kind of shape it to this. I'm gonna do this shape first because that will make it pretty sturdy, I think. That. So now that I have that, again, it's gonna slip off there. It's inevitable. It's gonna slip off until you get it all situated. I'm gonna try to round this a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what that would look like. So yeah. So what I'll do is wrap that and do it like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's see. Okay, next what I'll do, I'll continue to use this a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this attached to the moon. So I'm going to take some of this smaller, and it's as close as I could get with that color. You don't have to use the same color if you don't want to. I just personally want it to just to help it blend just a little bit more. And then Snippity snip. So here's the fun part. This part, I will go ahead and tell you, I don't know if you have any issue with it, but this part's really annoying. I guess because I'm not really super patient, but you've really got to be patient with this part or you're going to end up bending your wires really, really badly. But pretty much, you'll see what I mean, how annoying this part can be. So get your thing, situate it there, and then bring it up. And that's that. So that's how I make mine. I'm sure there's probably easier ways to make them and stuff, but here's the 3 that I have. If you guys have any kind of questions, I will try my best to answer them. But I really, really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. This is like kind of my first time doing a tutorial. Leave some comments and stuff and tell me how I did. Give me some critique, things that I need to fix and stuff as far as doing tutorials go. Let me know, for real, so I know what I need to work on, what I need to learn to do better and all that. I know I need better lighting. I do know that. You don't have to mention that. I know I need better lighting, but just let me know what all I need to kind of do, and I'll do my best. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.